goes a little all over the place. We are going to welcome everyone. We'll kind of just wait a couple seconds. Sometimes my streaming's not. Oh, let me put this on here. See if this is going to work tonight. I think we figured out all the little glitches. I'm hoping so. Let's see. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Let me see here. Okay, let me put this down. All right. All right, here. I'm hoping that I can answer everyone's questions tonight because we have multiple platforms, and I'm going to be able to see TikTok questions over here. So this is great. So everybody, okay, let me be able to see here. Palm Beach Gardens, Rita, thank you for joining. Cheryl from Naples. Wow, we are already doing a lot of Florida ladies. Miami, we're on a roll. I saw Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. We are pulling in the Florida ladies tonight. Love that. From Virginia, Texas. Okay, now we're rolling in all of the other states. I love it when we're like coast to coast and then we like fill in the middle. We started off strong in Florida today, though. This is really great. Houston, Maryland. We have Big Bear Lake, California. Great. Boca, right in the backyard. Hi, Dawn. Antonio, Texas, or San Antonio. Got a lot of Texas ladies tonight. Bonita Springs, South Carolina, Alabama. Nice. Delaware. Welcome, Susan, Christy, Dina. This is really wonderful. Woo! We got Canada, Patricia. It's wonderful. Long Island, Phoenix, Florida, Gulf Coast, Kentucky. I was just saying that I wanted to make a little trip to Kentucky. I was telling my husband, I'm like, we should go to Kentucky. I've never been to Kentucky before. Lakeland, Florida. Welcome, everyone. Tonight, we're doing basically a travel. I just got back from Las Vegas. I had work out there last week, and it's always, I was kind of packing. I was kind of avoiding packing in a way, really more my like toiletries and everything, but I'm going to get into simple ways and things that I do to really kind of make it easier for me so I don't have to stress out. I have talked a lot about the trip to Napa in 2023 in October where I forgot a lip liner. I forgot my eyeshadow. I couldn't believe it. I thought, what did I do? I was like, I know it's got to be here. I think I dug around in my bag, literally thinking they were going to appear. So I have learned how to multitask or use one product for multi-purposes. And I think that's really important to know if you get stuck in a situation like me. So we're going to also offer 15% off tonight, as you know we do, with the word travel. The code is travel for 24 hours. You can use that. So I wanted to go into different categories from skincare, from tools to makeup. I'm going to show you my favorite products, things that I just brought with me to the desert, and just the multitasking products that I talked to you about. So you don't feel stuck that you might not only have your brow pencil. What could you use your brow pencil for? I'm going to tell you about that tonight. And then kind of things that I've kept as a staple that are already packed, and all I have to do is grab it and then put it in my suitcase. So that's really taken off some stress also. So I was so happy that I have only 2 hours, because when I start getting outside of just Nicole Beauty and I start talking about hair and I start talking about skincare, I mean, we could go on forever and ever. You know that, because I'm obsessed with everything makeup, everything beauty, and we could just talk forever. So we're going to start off first with basically having your essentials mindset, right? You want essentials. You don't want to bring everything. That's why I always try to do a carry-on, which everyone thinks that's like really silly, but I have done it on 2 trips so far, which made me very happy. I flew to New York and I did carry-on only. I went to DC, did carry-on only, and it felt really good, because what happens is that if I have a checked luggage, I'll bring everything that's perfect, and then the suitcase is open, and then I tend to see myself just throwing other things. Oh, I need this robe. Oh, I should bring that. It's like, no, you don't. And for some reason, it's like I have more room. Like, why don't I just bring more things? And then you get there and you're overwhelmed. Like, why did I bring all this stuff? My bags are always overweight. Like, that's nothing new. But I wanted to kind of simplify when it comes to your makeup and your skincare. So basically, this is what I've done. This is really kind of like something I did this in 2022, I think. I bought this, and I'm going to do a YouTube video, so these links you'll be able to come back to a YouTube video with all the links to these things. It's much easier to be able to do it like that. I bought this little carry-on, or this little makeup bag from Amazon. I don't remember how much it was. It was under, I think maybe it was $25. What's really nice about this is that I have packed this with the essentials. And when you get to the hotel, you just hang it up in the bathroom. I find this to be very, very useful. And I can see everything. So I put my contacts in there, like everything that I'm always going to need and use is in this really great travel kit. And if you just stock it, like I have Band-Aids in here, I have a lot of samples that come to me like this, so I'll try things out and be like, oh, this is a great time to try this. Like I wouldn't normally try this at home, or, hydrating face moisturizer, something new. Maybe it's a new brand. So I'll do that. I'll have these Band-Aids. You always can use Band-Aids. And I also find it really important to get the ones that are for blisters. That's a great always to have in your travel bag. And then I just put things that you're always going to need. Like I have the Q-tips like this. This is something that I'm just keeping in here now. I'm going to show you what this is. This is one of my favorites. I've been using it since the 90s, but I repurposed it. You're going to know if you've been watching my stuff for a while. This is the Clarins. I'm not going to say it right, but this is basically like an after body splash. It smells so good. It reminds me so much of the 90s, and I just love it. But this is the refill. I'm going to show you. It comes with this little kind of pour. And if you open this up, you could splash this on yourself if you want to. See? But I take that out. And then I bought these from Amazon. They came 2 in a pack. They're a glass bottle. And I basically fill it up in here because their squirters stopped working. And it happened on multiple bottles. And everybody's like, oh, run it under hot water, do this. And it doesn't work. So it's very frustrating because you get to like here and then it stops working, and then it's glass. So you don't want to slip off of it. And then I was worried I was going to break it trying to make it work. So I just created my own little special thing. And I put in here, yes, you can take this on the plane. It's under 3.4. So that's how I get away with it. And I love it because it smells so beautiful. You can, if you use it every night and you want to take it with you, that's the way I've been able to do it. So I've just decided, since I have 2 of these, that I'm just going to keep it in my little packed makeup little bag, and we'll keep it in there. You can get little, this is my Elemis cleansing balm. This is wonderful when you travel because it's going to take away all of your makeup, melt everything down. And it's really nice. And what I do is I'll just, if I, finish this, which I'm almost done, I will just fill it back up with the product, with my larger one. So I'll always have it. So this is really nice. And it's nice if you're using certain things and you like to use them, you can use them when you're traveling. They're just in little smaller containers. Just like I showed you this last time, I think. I got this when I bought Dior, like a little something around Christmas. Just their serum. And it's perfect. It fits in. It's just great. So these are things that I like to keep in here so I don't have to worry. I always know I'm set with skincare, making sure that everything's just nice and I can grab and go. But I'm actually going to be stocking this more because this last trip I was not prepared. Really not prepared. I don't know what happened. But I also always have my frownies in here. But I'm going to show you 2 things. I was so hot when I got there. And I don't know if it was because you have to wait a little bit when you get into the hotel room and you turn it down. I was like, I don't remember Las Vegas being this hot. Like I'm really like hot. It's dry. So I happen to have in my bag, if you watch me on Instagram, I did share this on stories. I tried the Cryo Flash from Clarins. I don't know when I got this or how I got it, but it's like a cooling mask. And I was thrilled. I thought, oh my gosh, it's like my personal air conditioner. And then I have this Body Fit Active. It's skin smoothing expert. It's a body. It's like I had basically cryotherapy on my face and my body. I felt so good. It was like menthol feeling. And I was like, this is the best combo. And it just happened to be in here. I had never tried these before, but that's what the beauty of putting when you get gifts or you buy things, you put them in your bag you forget about them, and then you pull them out when you're on vacation or on a work trip, and you're thrilled because they're ready to be used, and it really helped out for me. So that's something that I'm going to do a full overhaul on this, have everything in it, and I don't have to worry that it's kind of missing pieces. So this is just in my my little, I wanted to say vanity, but it's just over here in the, I almost said cupboard. Whatever this is called next to me, that's where I store it, and the drawer. And this is a great way to simplify when you're packing for your toiletries or everything you don't want to forget. Put your deodorant in there, put everything that you use on a daily basis, double, you have your own that you use, and then just double it up there, and then you don't have to worry. It's like you took one like stressful piece away, so you're not going to be forgetting things. Another thing that I think is really great for travel, especially if you have dry eye or if you wear contacts or you do a lot of screen time. I found these, I think last year, and they're called Cornicare. I've mentioned them on my YouTube channel a lot, and they're basically self-heating eye masks, and they're disposable. So I have this on auto ship, and they also have lid wipes that I use too in the morning. But I put these, I had a red eye, and I put these in there in my travel, like my little carry-on, and they're really wonderful. So it really is supposed to help dry eye. It's helped me a lot. It's kind of like my wind down ritual that I have these next to the bed, and I'll use them, and I think they're really great. So that was something that really was helpful, very easy to pack, and really does help with the eyes if you're struggling with that, like I do. Another thing that I like to put in my carry, or really in my purse, and I have it all the time, is my hand moisturizer. Now, I'm very particular with hand moisturizer though, because I don't want it to be greasy. I can't stand that, because you put it on and then you touch things or you don't feel like it's actually gone into your skin. And so I've been very particular, and I have three that I like. A couple more than the others, but a little bit more pricey, but I use it so sparingly that they last me forever. And this packaging with the Chanel one, I do find it to be a little bit harder if you have arthritis or you don't have very strong hands, because it has that bag inside that basically, shrivels up. It's like airless. And it's when it gets lower, it's harder. Like sometimes I think this is one of my lower ones, but it's a really nice hand cream that smells beautiful, very light, very fresh, but it gives you like silky gloves. That's what it feels like to me. It's like silky gloves, and it's not greasy and it's not too much. And I've used that for years. I did buy the nighttime one that has the retinol in it, and I just felt like I just used this next to my bed, so I didn't replace that one, but I've had plenty of these. Then I bought, over the Christmas holiday, I bought the Christian Dior. It's nice, but I don't like how it smells at all for some reason. Maybe I have a bad one. I don't know. I can't imagine it smells like this though, but I like I like how it's compact and it's easier to squeeze, and this top stays on. But for some reason, I don't really love the smell. So that's another one that I have. I'm using it until it goes away. And then Guerlain sent me this one. It's rose. You know that anything rose I'm in love with. But it's a nice packaging. Again, I find it to be a little bit hard if you have, a harder time, squeezing things. But this cap comes off. So I didn't like that, because I'm the person that's going to drop it on the plane underneath someone's seat and not be able to find it. And I am not digging around underneath. I'm not touching the ground on that plane. So I thought it was going to be like this. That makes sense to me, because if you're putting on moisturizer and your hands are, like a little, not all the way moisturized in, and you're trying to put this cap back on. I was just really surprised. I was like, oh no, it's really a beautiful hand lotion, or hand cream, I should say, but this is not good. Speaking of not touching anything on the plane, I'm not that girl that's going to do the 12-step makeup or skincare routine or whatever they're doing on the plane. I feel like it's like one big dumpster fire of like bacteria for some reason. I feel like it's like taking your lunch into the dumpster and eating it. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's like a trend, and I was thinking, oh, I'm in beauty and I'm an esthetician, and maybe I didn't even get past that thought. And I was like, I could never do that. Because first of all, I buy on Amazon seat covers for, and I don't care if anyone sees me putting it on. I know it was almost like a trigger for everybody. I think it was last year or the year before. I took a picture and I was like, oh, I'm all settled now. I have my seat cover on, and I was really thrilled. It's a disposable seat cover, so I just leave it there. But I buy them on Amazon, and it makes me feel so much better. And I always talk to the flight attendants. Always. We always chat about everything beauty and this and that. And my last flight attendant last week was telling me how dirty the seats were. She's like, especially the headrests. And I said, no. She's like, yes. I said, well, I'm double protected. I take the Lysol wipes and I wipe everything down. I throw another one to my husband because I know he doesn't really want to participate in this, but if he doesn't do it, I will do it for him. And so then I put that little seat cover on, and you know what? That makes me happy. Like, it just settles the OCD. I'm not doing anything but putting hand cream on. I'll put on some lip balm, but I am not touching my face, doing masks, like doing all the things. I'm not. I took a red eye. I don't want to do that. I will put on my heated eye mask and I'll put on my headphones and we're good. I take my pashmina and I put it around whatever thing they give me. Like, I protect everything. I'm just letting you know, it could be crazy. Yes, you might think I'm crazy, but guess what? That's what I have to do. I have to do that. We're not pulling out makeup or skincare and showing you what I do. Can't do it. So with that said, we are going to move over to, before I do that, just with the skincare, keep your little babies that you get, because this is that Clarins Biphase hyaluronic serum that I have. I bought the larger one. This was a deluxe sample. I'm assuming it comes in my orders. So all I did is I just put this in here, and then I have it for my travel, and it'll go in my little bag. So that's really important to do. So you don't have to buy all that stuff on Amazon and feel like you have a bunch of plastic everywhere. Just utilize what they give you. Like this little baby, this is plastic here. I have the large one, and I just filled it up. This is a toner that I like. So this is plenty too for a 5-day trip or what have you. So I encourage you to not buy all that plastic stuff. Utilize these little guys that come to you, and they're really great because you just keep pouring your large ones into the smaller ones. All right, so that is really a little skincare. I have a special thing I can tell you about. It's a little early, but I'm going to tell you. I have a special coupon for you for Chantecaille. They have a special going on the 25th. That's my pre-day for you. It's Nicole 25, and I love this rose. I have the baby one too that I take with me. That I have the one that has all the roses on it on my Fierce Aging that I end every video with, and it's so beautiful. It's just so nice. So this is a really nice time that you get 25% off. It's the botanical sale. So it's nice to have the alert so you can think about it, and then at least you have 25% off. And this is, all my other ones are at the studio, so I was thrilled that I got this one. Oh, just feels good. You can do it in the morning, at night, throughout the whole day. This is something that I'll do, especially, especially in the desert, but getting to your destination, it's really a nice thing to do to feel refreshed. And I love this one. It's a really nice gift too, because you have this really beautiful flower on the front. So again, that's Nicole 25. It starts July 25th through July 31st. So that's your little window. Another thing that was sent to me that I have to show you, and it's so weird. I got these the other day. The company sent them to me. I was cleaning out my closet this weekend, and I was looking at my different purses, like, should I consign this? And I was digging into the purse, and one of these was in there. I thought that was so crazy. I was like, how did I get this? Where did this come from? But these are essential face wipes. They are not makeup wipes. I do not like makeup wipes. These are really neat. Ursa Major. Interesting story about this company. I'm always interested in the stories behind how these were created. This is great for travel. But what it's nice is that if you do take a red eye, you can take this out and it smells so beautiful with the lavender. It's really refreshing, and it's not a makeup wipe. This is really about, like, maybe after the gym or maybe in the morning, you don't want to wash your face, but you do want to feel a little refreshed. I really like them. Essential face wipe. It's a 4-in-1: cleanse, exfoliate, soothe, and hydrate. So it's pocket size, little pick-me-ups. So I thought that was really nice. So I was thrilled that I actually got these last week because I had one lurking around. It's probably too old to use anyway, but I am excited about that. Now here we go with more information on how I failed at packing my, of all things, ladies, cosmetics and makeup. I mean, it's always funny because I get to my destination and I'm like, where is that? Where? There is no way I forgot that. And you're going to die when you hear about one of my essentials that I forgot. And I thought, oh, I can't even tell them. I can't tell them that I forgot because I'm always telling you to never forget this product. And that product is my eye primer. I mean, I know I can probably hear everybody gasping. Oh, no. Yes, I forgot this beautiful product. And I tell you all the time, I can't do makeup without it. It's like so disastrous. Like, what am I going to do? And I was digging around and I was like, you can't be serious. Like, if there's one product you bring, Nicole, it is your eye primer. And this taught me a valuable lesson. Like, you don't pack the night before. No, I think I was packing the day of. That's what I was doing. I honestly was packing the day of I don't know. I have a lot going on. And so this kind of took backseat clearly because I was like, oh no, I got this. Like, everything's here. How could I even miss this? So I was trying to take out of my makeup bag here. These are special makeup bags we come out with for like Mother's Day and the holiday. So I had my Nicole Beauty beautiful little makeup bag travel, which is great. I started taking things out because I was like, I don't need all of this stuff. Well, clearly this beautiful staple product that makes my eyes look neutral so I can put on my eyeshadow was missing. So this was one thing that, and you know what I tried to do? I'm like, we're good. Let me try my Just Peachy and we'll see. No, I was like, I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to do this, but this is formulated for your eyelids. It is going to neutralize out those reds, blues, blue veins, darkness, the pigmentation, and it's going to make your shadow last all day. So I kind of felt a little strange in the morning where I was like, what am I doing? Like, it's not going to look right. I can't be mad because I did this to myself. So I was trying to cheat, and you can't cheat because this is formulated for the actual lid. It's just creamy enough. It's fragrance free. It's a beautiful, beautiful product that is going to be a game changer for you. If you did anything with your makeup that you wanted to try something new, an eye primer is going to be really your best friend. I know a lot of you ladies are using the eye primer. See, that's Karen. I totally believe, I totally agree with you when you're saying that you forgot yours too. That's why I always have double of everything, because now I'm just going to put all of these staple products in this bag that I got from Amazon because I won't have to worry about it. I'll just be like, you know what? All of the things that I actually use on a daily basis to create my look, morning or evening, will be in that bag. So this was a good lesson for me because who knew I would like not pack the one product that was like so important. So that's number one. Going into something that happened to me when I was in Napa, I forgot my lip liner. And honestly, the lip liner to me is like such a big deal. So all I had was my brow pencil. So I had to be very creative. And I thought, oh my gosh, why would I had the eye primer? I just didn't have my lip liner. So what I did was I was so happy I had this because not only for my brows, these are my skinny brow pencils, come in 4 colors. We have a soft gray for you ladies that feel like you're not a taupe, you're not a brown, you have gray hair, you have ombre hair, and you're feeling like that doesn't look right. I have a soft gray for you, so it'll look really nice with your brows, more natural. So what I did was I was like, great, I can shape my brows, how wonderful. But I also could, and I used the taupe, this is brownie. I could probably get away with this too a little bit, but I used my brow pencil to line my lips. I needed to define my lips because they were missing and they were a little bit too, like you really couldn't see my lips. So I used the taupe to line my lips. You can use brownie if that's all you have, but just lighter. And if you really want to go for that 90s vibe, just make the liner your brown liner and do a lighter lipstick if that is kind of your style. But this is a great way to, if you're in a pinch, you can multi-purpose and have your brow pencil dub as your lip liner. So that's what I did with that trip when I forgot the lip liner. That is really important because when you're using your lip liners, so say you forgot your lipstick, I'll get into that in a minute. So you have your lip liner and you think, oh, great, I forgot my lipstick. You can use your lip liner as your lipstick. Our lip pencils are waterproof. They're very soft. So you're going to be more of a precise application. They're not the hard lip pencils that you're probably used to, that you drag across and you feel like you don't get any pigment. So you keep going back and forth. I always felt like I was creating like irritation when I would do that. And so when I developed these lip liners for you, I wanted them to be soft. This one actually looks like it went to a point when I sharpened it, but they go to a rounded tip because they're not supposed to be pointed. They're a softer formulation. So I can get away with filling them all in and really creating a lipstick. This is Cameo. I just have Cameo on, and then I put Good Vibes, which is my lip gloss. This is what I have. This is the combo today. So you can use this as a lipstick. If you are in a real pinch and you forgot your blush, you can use this as a blush. Just put it on the cheeks like that, and then just work it in if you want to. I have on Classic Beach Glow right now. So you can just do just like this. It's really nice because you're almost making like a monochrome kind of look to the face when you're matching your cheeks and your lips. And then I'll just bring it like this. And it gives you the color you need, but you're not, feeling limited. Like, oh gosh, I'm telling you, it will happen at some point. So you want to be able to pivot and to stay confident and to be like, you know what, it's fine. Like, this is fine. I can work this out. Another thing that's really important, if you are going to be wearing your darker lips on your holiday, your, trip away, to have your crystal clear lip liner. This is something that is really important. We did a beautiful application with this for an issue we were dealing with yesterday in the studio on a Fierce Aging episode that is coming out soon. You'll be able to see how we utilize this with an issue that my guest had. So I have a line that I'm noticing that's coming here. I do see a little migration when I wear my Confidence or I wear a darker color. So what I do is it's clear. It's going to create a border for your lips. And you know what? I'm very generous with when I apply this. I don't act like I have to be precise because I want to make sure right here, especially, I'm creating this border so this lipstick doesn't go into that beautiful line that I have on my lip that is appearing. And today when I saw it, I was like, where are you coming from? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing that I'm creating like one line there? I don't know. But you can also use it if you find that your makeup gets caught, like in these nasolabial folds here. You can do that. You can do I was noticing in my, beautiful love lines that we've named I did that on YouTube. I did that a couple weeks ago. Instead of calling them those nasty names that people have called them since, I don't know, beginning of time, I call them love lines. So it's much nicer and positive for my aging. So I'll put it in here too, because I've seen a little bit of makeup gathering and just in those beautiful lines that we have on the side of our face. So this is a really great pencil if you're dealing with that. Clear is always a real great staple and essential to have because you're going to utilize it a lot. Now, speaking of a little sneaky trick like that, I was excited. I did share this on, I don't even remember. I found in my little makeup bag this Dior nude pencil. This is a really great trick makeup artists do. We did this all the time on sets. It's like a nude. It's not a white. You could use a white if you wanted to. I find it to be a little stark. So in the morning in Vegas, I was like, oh, my eyes look a little like they need a pick-me-up. So what I did was I used my nude pencil. Luckily, I had it. And I did do this waterline here. If you can't do waterline, that is fine. This is what I'm doing. And it brightens up the eye. So all that redness goes away and it opens up your eye. So I was thrilled that I had this, surprised me, and I was very excited about it. So that is what I do for looking more awake. For some reason, Vegas is always a hard trip for me. I don't know if it's just the heat, the flight, the dryness, probably a combination of everything, right? So I need all the help I can get. That's why I don't know why I wasn't more, you know, focused in on exactly what I was bringing. But I did have pretty much a good selection. It's just some of the key pieces were missing. Another thing that I had really was just my Nick Ray lipstick that you all know that I love wearing. It's really like my go-to. I had this, but then I thought, where are my nighttime lipsticks? Where's my Confidence, which is our rich berry color? Where is my Fleur that we just launched last week? I couldn't believe I didn't have Fleur. And then I didn't even have Beach House, which is our beautiful burnt coral. I didn't know what to do. I just couldn't believe it. I just thought to myself, how is that possible? So these are real staples if you want to be able to transition into an evening look. Very simply, you keep your same makeup, but you want to have that beautiful lip. The lip will speak for you. It's an accessory. I have showed you multiple different ways on how to apply a darker color, but not have it look like it's funny. We had a really great analogy yesterday on set. When it comes to let's just say Fleur, which is our new lipstick color, right? It's quite punchy, right? It's a really beautiful, beautiful color. We're talking about is I tell you to put on your lip gloss first. Then like the Manifest and Glow, which is the golden, beautiful, just you can put it over anything, but I'm telling you to put it on first. Then you take your brighter color and then you put it on. It mixes, it creates like this very kind of sheer look to the lips. Oh, I just put that on, didn't I? Oh, that's cute. We have a two-tone lip. You never know what you're going to get here on the live. Let me just put on a little bit of, let me even that out. That looks so funny. A little Fleur and a lot of good vibes are on my lip right now. All right, so the analogy was, it's like this is your black coffee, right? So you don't want to, maybe you don't want that look. So you want to mix it with the milk, which is the Manifest and Glow. You're just cutting it, right? So you get this beautiful color, but you get it softer. And you're in control of how you do your makeup. Because we were talking about yesterday, I said, I don't want any lady to say, like at Nicole Beauty, we don't want you to say, I can't wear that. I can't wear that. You can wear anything you want. It depends on if you want to. Do you feel like it looks good on you? Do you feel comfortable? That's more of the mentality. It's not, I can't. You know, you can wear anything you want if you feel good in it, if you feel confident. If you feel uncomfortable, no, I wouldn't want you wearing that. But I think that when I have guests in and I'm talking to them, and we always change the language if I hear someone say, oh, I can't wear that, or I can't do that. It's like, no, you can do that. You can wear anything. Maybe you're applying it wrong, maybe too heavy handed. Maybe, you know, we can tweak it a little bit here. Like there's always options. And then it could just be, maybe it's not the right color for you, or maybe it's not the right formulation for you. So I just want you to always feel empowered that, oh, I would love to wear a brighter lip, but I can't. Well, you can. And I tried to show you multiple different ways on how you can do that. Besides just blotting it off and creating kind of more of a stain, of course you can do that. But I want you to have more control about how you're applying it, how it looks for you. You control the volume. And that's what's really fun about it. It's that, oh, wow, I have one lipstick, but I can make 3 different colors with it. I can make it more of like a stain. I can make it with the gloss. So I'm just getting a little hint of that color, or I'm ready for it because I've built up to it and I can go right from the bullet to my lips and I have this really beautiful color and I feel comfortable and confident because you've worked your way up to that. So that's really what I want for you. So Fleur is out. Has anyone bought the Fleur yet? I saw one email come in when I was on the computer the other day, and she loved the Fleur, which made me so excited. Cheryl, it's in your cart. I know you're going to love it. It's so nice because, and I have the two colors here. Let me show you. This is why I think it's really important for us to have this color. Linda, you haven't even worn it yet? You didn't take it out of the box and put it right on? I can't believe you. You have to try it. I want to know what you think because you love it, Karen. Oh, good. You know, I love the feedback. Okay, so we have, okay, I love your lipsticks and ordered the full set of Fleur and K-Mac. I actually changed out all my makeup just for the, okay, it's a delay. I got a question that I wanted to make sure I answered, but there's a little bit of a delay. Alicia Jean Kimball, thank you for leaving that message. Just the best for my aging phase. That is great, Alicia. I'm very excited to hear that. It really means a lot. I worked so hard on all of these different products. I'll wait until that question comes up. It's just not coming up on my mind yet. Here we go. So the darkest colors that I love wearing are, we have the Confidence. So this is the rich berry color that I love wearing. I feel that, again, I had mentioned that I never really wore a dark color because I have larger lips and it always was intimidating for me my entire life. And then till I went gray and I thought I'm fading away. I have to pick up the sticks. Like I can't just be like, wow, I'm really white, and everything changed when it came to my makeup. So I love wearing a bright, bold lip like this. I think that this is, you know, it's called confidence. So you have to have the confidence to wear it and feel comfortable. And I don't want you wearing it if you feel like it's just not for you. You have to really own it when you wear a color like this. And it's so beautiful. It's really nice. It's not too bright. It's not too dark. It's just a really beautiful color. Then you have Beach House. So you know what? I'll swatch this for you because I think it'll be easier. So there you have your confidence. And then let me put this is the Beach House. So you have a beautiful coral, but it's more of like that, you know, burned coral. It's not a bright in your face coral. So you have confidence, then you have the coral, which is the Beach House. And then you're going to have Fleur in the middle. And that's what I wanted for you. So if maybe you're not ready for here, confidence, you're in this one with this really beautiful, just a brighter pink, or you can go into the coral, which is going to be more warm. That's really not in, they're creamy and they're high gloss, but not too high gloss. I wanted them moisturizing. I did not want matte lips for you. I just felt like it goes on really nice and smooth. It works with aging lips, and it's just a really nice formula. And I made you the magnetic top with these. So you don't have to fight with your lipstick top, just nicely goes back on. If you have multiple, you'll notice that this makes a mural. So all of the florals match up together if you have the full collection, which is really nice. There's all these little details that I worked on to really make it special for you. So when you look at these on your vanity, it's just pretty. It makes you feel good. Makes you feel, I'm going to wipe this off. This will be on me in a minute. Just makes you feel pretty just looking at your products. Another great staple to always have, especially, being tired and wanting to look more awake, whether it's business, whether it's just pleasure, we always want to look more awake, is the eye brightener. I wonder if I have this on the list for you. I should have this on the list. This is a little pen, and I don't have to click it because it's coming out a little bit. But this is something that was really great that I brought because I needed to brighten up the eye area. So I like to go into the inner corner here. It's an eye brightener. It's more of a pinky hue. So it's going to lift that darkness that I always get in here. Again, a great touch up if you are out all day, maybe you're at a conference, maybe you're working, maybe you're doing all the things, and you just want to touch up but look like you did more than what you really did. This eye brightener is going to be great. I'm going to take our concealer brush and I'm going to just work it in right in here. It's going to lift any of that darkness that I might have had in this area. Now, for all of you wondering about our new designed concealer brush, I did get notification that it shipped. You can get on the wait list. It is on the website now. So you can sign up for get notified when it hits. when it's restocked. And that should be, I'm thinking by next Friday, a week from this Friday, you'll be able to finally get your concealer brush. So I'm very excited because this is going to just keep it right. It's just dense enough so it's not going to move the product around too much because you want to keep it in that eye area. So you have that brightness in the eye, which is great. If there are any questions on, Patty, will I be adding this to the new set? It just depends because that's a tricky one because we have the Essential Makeup Brush Kit set here. You get 10 brushes in this little pack. This is such a great thing because I throw mine into my suitcase and I do not have to worry about anything happening to it. You can fit, maybe you want to put your pencils in here and have everything, that's long, throw that into your bag. But I don't know. We'll have to think about that because the concealer brush that you have in here now, it's a dual brush. It's a lip brush and it's a concealer brush. But it is not the one that we are just coming out with now. But that's something to consider. I'm glad that you wrote that. Patricia, I'm going to get to the Just Peachy in 1 minute. I'll let you know. Kelly, it says sold out because it's not in stock yet. So you just sign up for the wait list and then you'll be able to be notified once it hits with the stock. Okay, great. Now we were talking about, the concealer brush back into, and we can put up the Essential Makeup Brush Kit because I know a lot of you really do enjoy this kit. I know a lot of you have two of them also, one for dirty brushes, one for clean, one for travel, one for home. That's something that I'm going to do also. So my brushes are clean for the trip. So I'll have a separate one and I'm just going to have it ready to go. I have in my carry-on, I have Velcro curlers that stay in there. And then I will now have a brush set so I don't have to worry about it. Rhonda, how much or how frequently should you wash your brushes? That depends on how much you use them. When they look very dirty, it can be once a week, it can be every 2 weeks. It just depends. You got to really look at your brushes and see, where you are. They have too much, when they have too much eyeshadow or BB cream and you want to wash them. I like to wash my brushes once a week on Sundays, and I use our Luxe brush soap. I brought the travel size. It's still in my bag because I was like, it's going to stay there. So this is the larger size. So you have the solid coconut oil soap. It's going to help moisturize. It won't strip your brushes. And what's really nice and easy is that this is a silicone inner mat that basically you wash your brushes and then it has all the different textures. So if you have the BB, like the foundation buffing brush, you're going to need, this is going to be more rough. Your eye brushes probably are, going in the center here. This is really nice. The baby travel one has this also. So I always tell you that, you're going to want to wash your brushes when you're, maybe doing different looks. Maybe you decided to do a darker look. So you want to be able to do that. If you hear any snoring, it's my Frenchie behind me. I think you'll hear, you can probably hear her. So the brush soap makes it very easy and simple. And I actually I used to dread washing my brushes because it just seemed to be so tedious. But now with just a very simple, it gets them clean really fast. And it's very gratifying to have clean brushes. Again, when you wash the brushes though, we do have pictures on the website. Again, water is coming from here. So the water is coming down. Never have your brush up like this. It's going to go into the ferrule, which is what this is. The silver part is the ferrule. You don't want to get this. This is wood. So when you have water dripping down, we know exactly what happens when we start seeing that. So you want to wash them always down. So what you do is, I have a video on this too, but just as a simple recap, it's wet. You swirl it into your brush, your soap. You go to your here and you just make sure you start seeing it turn white. So you have all this that comes out. Then when it's clean, I just go like this, reshape the brush, and you lay them flat on a paper towel. That's the best. Sometimes I'll take paper towel over, just push down a little bit to get any moisture out, but you don't put your brushes wet back up like this. They always have to lay flat until they're completely dry the next day. and then you can put them back into your brush kit like this, just like that. So it's really easy, very simple. And you got that covered now, both at home and on the road. This is another thing to always remember to bring. I always just keep the pencil sharpener. This is designed for my pencils, for my eyeliners and my lip liners, because they're softer. You don't, I mean, we had to make sure that we had the right sharpener for you to be able to use, because it's not going to destroy your lip liner or your eyeliner. And again, remember, you're not sharpening it to a point. You are maybe doing 1 to 2 twists, and that's it. Because unless you made it completely down to nothing, you don't need to do too many, because it's going to be too much. So this is also something I don't think a lot of you know about. On the back of your little sharpener, you have that little kind of stick there. And you know what you do with the stick? You open this up, and I'm very bad. I shouldn't have all of that shred in there, but I was just obviously sharpening. So we'll take that out, dump it out. So now you see you have like a little bit left there. See that? You take your little pick, it's like your toothpick, and you'll take it out. Take it out, put it down here. And that's how you do it. You can't put your hands in there. It's a blade. So this is why you use this little guy. Then you'll put your cap back on like this. And then you have your little stick. See, he has his home right there. And you put it in like that. That's what this is for. I think it's like it's a little trick that I don't think a lot of people know about. So there you go. You have that, and that's how you get the extra, like the little part of the formula that's stuck on that blade. That's how you get it off. Thank you thank you. You know, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed, and I can't go to a color because I'm in a rut of just doing French, and like that makes me very happy. I can't do a color for some reason. I can't commit. So we're doing French. All right. Another thing that's really great when you're doing your makeup, we have these. If you don't know, actually, my guest yesterday didn't know we had a rewards program. We came out with that in the spring. So instead of saying points, we say roses. And so you accumulate roses on each of your purchases. So you get to redeem them. And I wanted you to have some exclusives where you can use your points for things that aren't on the website because you're part of the reward program. And I have these little clips coming out. They have been shipped. They are creaseless hair clips. So you put your hair back like this, and it keeps it out. I wanted this for my guests the other day, and I didn't have them at the studio. I don't even know why. But it keeps them away. It doesn't crimp your hair. So we have these coming out, which I think are really great. So I used these when I was in Vegas, and I love them because I didn't have to do a whole to-do and just put them back, get my hair out of my face while I do my makeup, and then take them out, but there's no crease. So these are for our loyalty program, which I'm really excited about. And then, of course, you are going to want to have your mascara. If you forgot anything, you don't want to forget. If you forgot anything, it shouldn't be your volume up mascara. This is my little tag that I put on for my brother's machine. It says $4.29. So next week I throw this out and I get a new mascara, because you want to only keep your mascara for 3 months. And this is how I remember, because for some reason, as I'm aging, I'm not remembering everything that I want to. So I don't know. It's my little cheat sheet. So that's what I do. But this mascara is, this will make you happy when you're traveling, because you know that you have a mascara formulation that is not going to smudge, it's not going to clump, it's going to get every one of those lashes. And made sure that I had a formula and a wand that worked for you, in the sense that you're going to not be frustrated that you have sparse lashes, not be frustrated that you never see your lashes because your mascara wand just rolls over your lashes, doesn't grab and separate. So you'll see on my channel when I'm working with so many different lash types, short, curly, sparse, non-existent, blonde, all of these different ladies that are on my show, I show you the same application, base of the lash, like base, and then you wiggle back and forth. You're like front loading, getting all the product at that base, and then it's like a comb. So I'm actually like lifting my my client slash guest eyelids up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope the brush will like let go of her lashes. But that's how you're getting all of these really this mascara that's pulling up those lashes and then lasts all day. So you get that fringe, but you don't get the heaviness. And I just, I just can't stand doing mascara that's supposed to open up the eyes, and then you have all this weighty mascara and it's straight. So then your lashes are still straight. So when you grab them underneath and you see how it just like lifts them up. I have mascara on now, but I could always do a little extra if I wanted to. That's another thing you can do. You can just do tips, add more mascara for nighttime, right? Wing out a little bit. You can change the angle of this brush. I got to keep that in. Don't move. Oh, it's not even on my ear. What is happening? Are we okay? There we go. You can take the wand and you can really like just get out those lashes. Like maybe you just want to give the height right here, more emphasis there. I really like doing that because it's almost like a starburst. That's what we used to call it when I was doing extreme lashes. So you would give more length right in there where you arch. So I think it's really, really nice. So this is always a staple. This is a staple for travel, just always having it. And I would suggest though, if you're not traveling that often, don't get a second one because you don't want it sitting in there if you've opened it. If you haven't, that's okay. But you want to have it to be fresh. So depends. You just don't want to forget this because this is going to, if you had nothing and you had lashes on, you're going to feel incredible. So this is really a great staple. It's an essential. I'm going to make sure that she's barking instead of snoring. All right. So these are really like the hero products that I really think that are a game changer, but not a lot of makeup. Just Peachy. That luckily I had this. So at least I didn't have all the darkness underneath my eyes. I just had it on the top of my eyes. But the Just Peachy is a color corrector. Again, a lot of the women will get away with, myself included, on certain days, using this just as your concealer also. It will lighten up the under eye. It's really nice, creamy shea butter. It's in this little component that you turn up at the bottom. So you don't have to sharpen it or anything like that. I've never made it dull. I've never made it flat. I've always used it on an angle. So it gets up into that inner corner and you bring it down according to where you have your darkness. If it's the whole idea with a color corrector, especially when you're flying and you are maybe driving for a long time and you have the discoloration in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, you can basically just use this and it's going to lift that darkness. Because when you go to put on your concealer, if you're just taking your concealer and going right to that darkness, you sometimes, and for the most part, you're going to see that darkness come through your concealer. Unless you have a really opaque, really heavy, very thick concealer, you're going to start to see that. It's like it mixes with your darkness and then it's like another color. And then I've heard a lot of women that would come into my studio would complain about how I conceal and it still looks dark. It doesn't brighten. I mean, I want that brightness underneath the eye. I want to look like I'm more awake or my skin's more toned or even toned. That's how you're going to do it with a Just Peachy if you have light skin to medium. If you have darker skin and you have the reds and the purples, you would go with our Extreme Cancel, which is orange. That will lift it. But the whole idea is color theory. You're lifting color so you can actually get that true color of your concealer. So that's what I would basically do first. And it makes me feel like I'm getting put together. I don't look as tired or I don't look as discolored or uneven skin tone. You can also, with the Just Peachy, you have the pigmentation like on the side of your face like I do, or you have, different pigmentation. You can hit all those spots and then work it in with your concealer brush. And again, just like this, not moving it all around. You just want to hit those spots. Some of the ladies will use this as their foundation and their concealer. So they're just figuring out where are the parts that really bother them. And then they'll work it in and the skin is more even toned. So they don't have to do a whole thing. Maybe you're on a beach vacation, but you do want to even out the skin tone for the beach or, going to or being on the boat or whatever. You just don't want to go cold turkey and be like, here's all my pigmentation. you can hit them with this and it will really even out the tone, but you're not wearing a lot of makeup. So Just Peachy can be utilized in multiple different ways. I just wanted to just try it on your eyelids because I didn't design it for that. It's not formulated for that. And it's always like a good, I would have never thought to do that unless I forgot my eye primer. So I tried it, but it's not the right thing to use. Moving on to your concealer, this is, if you want to bring anything, you can just bring a concealer and can do the same thing if you don't feel like you need to have color corrector. But this concealer is really beautiful. It's creamy, hyaluronic acid. It's going to move with your skin. It's not too watery and it's not too thick. So this is something else you could do if you wanted to spot treat different areas, if you wanted to really just get underneath your under eyes and you don't feel that you need to actually use a color corrector either. This is a really nice way to create an even tone, not wearing foundation, but just using your concealer. I really do like that. If you don't feel like you need to do a lot, it's a simple way to feel more in control of what you're doing, but not feel like I have to do all of the steps, but I can still hit the points that are really important to me that are discolorated or have that discoloration. Another product that is very useful is having a brow mascara. This brow mascara is in the color milk chocolate. I have 4 for you. I have a clear, I have milk chocolate, I have a taupe, and I have a cocoa. So this is a nice way to, if you have gray brows, you can't get in for a tinting appointment, or the tint doesn't last very long, and you're just getting frustrated, but you want to have the control to cover your brows. I use the milk chocolate, and it's nice because it'll keep them up. And then I get some grays down here. And again, I always tell you not to squeeze them out because you want as much hair as possible. You can just cover that gray with your brow mascara. So I made the wand so it's not too big, it's not too small. It's going to grab the hair and you're going to be able to control the gray, control having, maybe you have really light hair on your brows and you're like, well, I don't even see them. You want to basically grab the hair and color them. So now you have all of that hair that's really invisible. Now you're creating that beautiful shape. Another thing you can do is if you feel like you can see through your brows, you can use the tip of the brush and get in there on that skin. So you're using it almost like a little, it's not a, I wouldn't say pomade. You're filling in on the skin with the color, which is a really great tip to be able to do. You might feel like you have like a little patch there. You can just fill it in. You can use your brow pencil if you want to too, but giving you options when it comes to just something very simple like a brow mascara. So that's really a nice way. It really makes me feel good that I don't have to sit there and be like, oh, here's the gray brows. Sometimes it's more than others, but I have a way to be able to cover them. I would tell my clients that would come into my studio that would always be doing brow tinting and they would have the gray brows and they would be so frustrated. I said, just get a brow mascara. Like, why are we tinting? It's just really frustrating because that gray hair it just doesn't hold that color. And I wanted my client to be more in control of, oh, I have an event. Oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? Like, of course, always have your brow mascara that you feel is the right color for you and utilize it. So you feel that you don't have to rely on an esthetician to be coloring your brows. So those are my little essentials when it comes to color correcting, looking, not doing a lot of steps. My BB cream always comes with me. So I use my BB cream, light medium. This is a really nice complexion blur. That's what we call it. It's going to give you a little burst of that hydration. I made it semi-matte, so it's not glossy and greasy. I wanted you to feel like you have this beautiful veil on your skin, but it's not visible. It's not heavy. It's not giving you like at 3-4 o'clock, you're all greasy. I didn't like that. So this is really, we have 4 different colors for you: fair, light, medium, and tan. And it's just really, it's almost like one and done if this is the only thing you do too. It just depends on where you are and how many steps that you really like to do. But do we have any questions on the BB cream? It's funny. Let me go back to this question. Diana, do you have brow mascara and taupe? I was just talking. Sometimes I mix up. It's dark blonde, and our skinny brow pencils too. My mistake. We were just talking about this yesterday with the girls in the office. I was like, she's like, and Ella was like, I get this confused too sometimes. I'm like, why is it? There's just those two colors. So we always like reverse with a different category. Let's see if there's any BB cream. Kathy, what about when the BB cream looks streaky after putting it on with the brush? Okay, so if you are, all right, let's walk through this. So if I use about a pump and a half. I'm going to just, we're just going to put it on. Let me get where's my foundation buffing brush? Hold on. Oh my gosh, my legs. I thought it would be tomorrow, but I put on Instagram today that I hired a trainer. Did I ever say this? I didn't say this. Oh my gosh. I was like, that's it. We're done. I'm going to be 50 in like 3 months. There's no more excuses. I'm hiring someone. Oh my gosh. My legs. I feel like I haven't worked out in like forever. That's how I feel. But it's also a really good feeling. You got to keep moving, ladies. I tell you this. So I'm always walking the walk. Is that it? Walk the talk. Okay. I'm going to use a pump and a half like that. You really get to see the rare Nicole on lives. I mean, what is happening? We are using the foundation buffing brush, and it's really rogue. It's really raw. We're like, is this girl remember anything? Okay, I have so many things. There's so many exciting things that are happening also that I have to remember. I've been writing emails this week like, I'm sorry, did I already answer this question or did I ask you this? Just wanted to clarify. Like, they're probably like, oh my gosh, what is wrong? So many things, very exciting. My eye has stopped twitching though, because I'm not as stressed. I feel like I'm more in control about what I'm planning for you. But we have a pump and a half foundation buffing brush. Now, I want to know, we got to talk about what you're prepping your skin with first. Are you using a serum, lightweight serum? What kind of skin texture do you have? What kind of skin type do you have? You prepping the skin properly? That would be my first question if you were with me, like in real life, sitting next to me. What are we doing? Are you using the face primer, Fiercely Smooth? Is that something that you're using to basically, all of your face, T-zone where you have the texture? Then when you use the foundation buffing brush, I like to get it in the entire head of the brush. So I basically picked up all the product in the brush. It's not just right here. It's not just right in here. I'm trying to get the whole brush because the whole idea is that we are buffing it onto the skin. Okay. So when we buff it on, your skin's prepped, you have your Fiercely Smooth on, everything has been set up. You're not going right where things still feel like they haven't settled in or soaked into the skin or absorbed into the skin. And then you're going to buff the BB cream into the skin like this. We're just doing like the round circles. You shouldn't have streaking, because that's why I like to use a brush, not a sponge, not the fingers. And I created this brush specifically to buff in, so it's like more of that airbrushed look. So you shouldn't have, unless you're over dispensing the BB cream. Maybe you have too much BB cream on the brush. So when you are doing it, it's too much for the skin. So it's just swirling around. That could be it. You might want to use less product. Maybe just cut it in half and see what happens. So I would do that because I haven't seen any streaking and I only use a pump and a half. If I have to go back, I will. I'll just take this down now because we'll put on a little blush in a minute. But that's something to think about. I really would think that if I went back to the thought process on your skin prep, you might be using too heavy of a moisturizer because that could create too much on the skin, and then you're going in with your BB cream that's really ultra light, semi-matte. So you shouldn't be seeing anything streaking like that. So I would just cut back, make sure your skin prep, make sure you're using Fiercely Smooth weights, and then use less product of the BB cream, and then make sure it's on the whole head, and then buff it into the skin. So that should probably give you a better setup. And Let us know. Let us tell the customer service that you were on a live and that you were interested in knowing about that, and tell me if it helped, because the girls will tell me. All right, taking that off. It's I bought when I went into Chanel. Vegas has the best shopping. I really did have a really good time. I really enjoyed myself. This was something I haven't seen before. It's like the Chanel hand cream. So I was attracted to this little eggy thing. It doesn't really come off as easy as I thought. I think now it is, but before I was like, I'm having a problem. This better not be leaking. Anyway, this is a serum. It's so beautiful, and it has a nice mister. And look, I haven't used that much. I got it. Well, I've been using it a lot. Smells beautiful. It saved my skin when I was in Las Vegas. It is so hydrating, really nice, very simple, but light. All of these are very different. Like Chantecaille is different than this one. This one feels, because it's a serum, a little bit more weighty, but it smells so good and it's really nice. And I've just been spraying it all the time, all over. I just really enjoy it. So this is something that I picked up that was new. I love serums like this, but did you see how it sprayed like a mist on your face? You don't want squirt, squirt, where it's like droplets of water that ruin your makeup. That's not what you want. So this is really a nice thing to do. All right, we're going to get into hair. Let's just finish up, since I did a little neutralizing again with my cheeks. This is going to be, first of all, a lifesaver, is your Classic Beach Glow. Comes in this beautiful compact that I created with my rose. All of my rose, look at that. My rose, it's silver. It's just so beautiful. And every time I look at this, I always think the whole purpose of me doing that whole open rose was about women blooming, women aging, and it's not even normalizing. I don't even like that word, normalizing aging. Like, it's natural. Like, this is what happens. Like, this is what we're all going through. Whether you do whatever you do, we're still always aging. And I wanted it to be like, we're open to things, we're experiencing new things. Like that's what this really means to me about having that open rose. And that's, rose goes really deep for me for a long time. And then I just really wanted it to come into my line because it's just really me, and it just stands for so many beautiful things. I mean, rose is anti-anxiety. Rose, there's just so many wonderful properties to a rose, besides the fact that it's absolutely gorgeous, comes in so many different colors, means so many different things. I just love it. So inside, for all of you my newbies, inside my compact, I put, let's get this beauty started. So I etched it into the mirror, because that's what I don't even know when I came up with that. Me sitting in my studio doing a million videos, and I guess I just get so excited about makeup, and I felt like, like let's get this beauty started. And it's like we're excited. Like, we're excited. It doesn't matter, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100. Because I had a woman 101 on my channel. Hello. We are excited to just feel good. Not just about makeup. It's really about your mindset. It's really about what's going on in your head. And then it just translates to your makeup and feeling good and putting yourself together. And so I was always like, let's get this beauty started. And it ended up in my shipping boxes. And then I was like, I want to put it on my mirror. So that's what I did in our blush palettes. So you have the bronzer, all cream, you have the blush, and you have the highlighter. And it's beautiful. It just soaks into the skin. It gives you this really beautiful radiance. I like to put it on with my foundation brush. And now all of my brushes do say the name, so you don't have to worry. Taking the stress out for you, because I know a lot of you are new, and like, as in, I'm just getting back into makeup, or it's so overwhelming. I want it to be simple for you, because I want you to do it. And I want you to sit back on the couch and be on the sidelines. Like, I need you to get into the game, and I need you to really put yourself first. If you put yourself on the back burner for everybody else in your life, it's time for you to be main stage on the field, putting on the makeup and feeling incredible, because when you do, you show up different to the world. You're a different woman. People treat you differently. And you respect yourself, and you say, you know what? I am worth it. I am worth it. Whether it's a lipstick, a lip balm, a mascara, powder, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's you brushing your hair in the morning. I want you to do it and not sit back and say, well, I can't do it. It's too late. I'm too old. That mentality has to change starting tonight. So I'm going to put on the middle color here. It's really beautiful. All I do is tap. You can put it on with your fingers too if you want to. It's really up to you. I just really like putting it on with, I have this bright light in my face, but you can see though, you get that sheen, like it's melted and it's like beautiful. You want to add color to the face. You want that to be just very pretty, radiant, not over the top. You can control it, build it up, take it down. And then, you know, my favorite part is that this highlighter, so many women say they can't, I think we need a little brush action. I don't know what's happening. Feels like it's separating. All right, let's just, there we go. You're just a little bit smoother now. This is called the presidential hair. See? It's like big and it comes down and some people like it, some people don't. I don't care. Do you. Let it go wild. I've showed it to you many times wild. Okay, guess what? I'm wearing it, not you. Don't worry. It's okay. It's fine. My love-hate relationship with my hair goes very deep. So where was I? Okay, we were onto my cheeks here, but I made this highlighter so you, with your love lines and everything, do not have to hide away from highlighter. You know what? We celebrate them. We don't erase them. That's what we do. So beautiful. And it moves with your face. Okay? So it's not sparkly, glittery. It's not highlighting anything. It's making you look fresh. I put it on all my ladies at the studio for Fierce Aging. It's like my favorite part, like this beautiful sheen. And then we get this nice highlighter. And then we complete it with the bronzer. Now, it's funny. I did see someone's comment come through that they were very confused about using one brush with all three colors. Now, it's just my process. It's not right or wrong. It's the way I do it. But for the most part, I take the one side of the brush and I go into the blush. Okay. Then I put the blush on. Then I'll turn it over and I go to the highlighter. Just the highlighter. Like, it's okay because I'm going to wash the brush, you know, but if I know what I do, blush on this side, highlighter on this side, and then I just do the tips because I don't need that much bronzer. I just do tips like this. I utilize my whole brush, just tips like this. And then I go right into here. And you know what I like to do? And just push it in. I don't want to bring it down. I'll just push it in. And you can really control this however you want. It's nice and beautiful and creamy. And you're going to get like that sculptured, just really nice cheek, giving you some color, some warmth. You can put it in, you know, like a normal bronzer. Let's do over here a little bit. For the ladies that don't really know where to put their bronzer and they're a little confused, like where the heck does it go on my face? According to your bone structure, go to the top of your ear and take your brush. This might be easy for you to do it like this. Take your brush and be like, oh, that's where it goes. Okay, so if I go like this, go like that, okay, so that's where I put it. And then I'll work it up. So I get that it's almost like at the base of your cheekbone. You don't want to bring it down too far. You want to really sculpt in that area here for you. You know, if you have a more rounded face, follow your ear and know where you're going to put it. So that's just a really great way to really have like a little cheat sheet there for you. I want you to always feel comfortable, like, okay, according to my bone structure, this is where I would go. And then I'll just work it into my blush or, you know, work it up a little bit. Now I want to show you a really great product when I was speaking of bronzer. This is our creme brulee. This is a hybrid bronzer cut with the cream. It's like a creme brulee dessert. That's how I got the name. I was having a delicious creme brulee at a restaurant with my husband. And I was working on this project. And I said, you know what? This really reminds me of this beautiful bronzer I'm working on. I think I'm going to call it creme brulee. It has the cream. It has this beautiful, you know, just light chocolate here. So you would be able to use this with your angled brush like this. And then you would put it on like your bronzer. Forgiving. It's not like you're going to have a big streak of this brown because, again, I cut it with this nice, beautiful cream. So you have like this really nice marbled, it has shea butter in it. It's really soft and silky. These are made in Italy, fragrance free, gluten free, talc free, just a really beautiful product. Now, this is what I did when I was in Napa, and I was like, where's my lay bottled blonde? Where's my eyeshadow that I wear and I can't like function without? Oh, well, it's not here. Oh, great. So what I did was I used this as, I just used the same brush. I used it as my eyeshadow, and I just did this. I've shown this to you a lot on YouTube. I've shown it here on lives. It is the best thing to be able to do. It's like it all just melts together. Like it looks so beautiful. And I did it, when did I do it recently? I think I did it with I did. I did it with when I did my modern day facelift for you on YouTube. And I had a lot of fun with my eye tape, and I used the creme brulee over as an eyeshadow, and you couldn't see the tape. And actually, I can't even see the tape that I was like, okay, ladies, this is where you put it. And then I was like, oh, sir, I still have one on. Oh my gosh, it was actually embarrassing because I thought, I can't even see it, and I only could feel it. I was like, but this is actually good. This is a good one. I actually used it on a lady yesterday, so I'll have the link up there for you because it's the only one that I found that's transparent, that sticks, and you cannot see it. Like, that is incredible. So that is a way to do a double purpose for your creme brulee. Eyeshadow, bronzer, wonderful, because you have a 2-in-1 there, and I think that is fabulous. The Nikita Banana is your brightening powder. This is how you're going to set, and if you're maybe you have a little bit more of a humid climate you're not used to, I just use my eyeshadow blending brush, and I will just go right underneath. It brightens still. Since we're on a really crazy rogue live tonight, Nikita Banana, I'm probably in my Nikita Banana phase right now. It is when my girlfriends called me Nikita Banana when we were going out. Like, oh, is Nikita Banana going to come out tonight? You know, it's going to be the wilds, fun, crazy girl. So that's where Nikita Banana comes from, kind of like tonight, like all over the place. But that's how the trip was, and that's how I'm basically presenting, making sure that I'm not forgetting what I actually forgot and giving you lots of great tips. Okay, moving on, since I am at the 42-minute mark, I'm going to move on to, let's see. All right. Moving on to hair, which is always interesting in a different climate for me. I always bring, I got this on Amazon. It's my micro soft little towel. It's great. It rolls up very easily. It doesn't take up a bunch of room. This is something that you don't want to be using a towel and like drying your hair. You're going to break your hair. You're going to get static. It's not good. So you want to absorb all of the water out with your microfiber towel. I love these. I have the palm one, and then I have a white one. So it just depends on your kind of style, but you can get those on Amazon. And then again, I always keep my my little Kara sauce. I have these. I bought the new hyaluronic acid shampoo and conditioner when I was at the salon last month, and they gave these to me with my little purchase. But I'm going to show you. I always keep it in a plastic bag because I'm paranoid that my shampoo or anything liquid's going to leak. So I always put it, it's a little tip because it has happened. So I use those. Now I got these at CVS. You can see the beautiful sticker of CVS security on there. And I refill them. So these are my Ultime shampoo. I will refill this with my larger one, and I always keep it in there because I just never know what the hotel's going to have. And this is my mask, my hair mask. And then what I did was I used it all, and then I put my conditioner, I just squirt it all in here, and then I keep using these. I actually spent quite a bit for these. It was actually embarrassing, but I was desperate. So I don't suggest doing that, but I will repurpose them and refill them. So it works out for me. Another thing that I brought that was compact, and it was a good thing I did because my husband forgot his hair gel, is that I used the Lola V. I bought this recently when I was at Ulta, and it's a sculpting. I'll tell you what it says. It's a sculpting paste. So this is great when I'm trying to control all the crazy grays if I'm pulling my hair back for the evening, like especially around this area here. So this has been nice. I like the paste. I usually use my husband's Layrite, which is the only thing that was really holding my hair back. So luckily he forgot that. I brought this. We used it together. It was wonderful. Another thing that I do, so here's a different bag from a different gift with purchase that we did. This little petally pink velvet bag. I will buy these. Yes, they are more expensive, but let me tell you something. I only use them when I travel. So I have my little baby Orbeez. This is a texturizing spray. I have the Gold Lust Dry Heat Protection Spray. Like, look how little they are. It's so great. They don't take up a lot of room. I have a little bit of a larger one here. This is 2 ounces. This is the hair freshener. Really important, I think, when you're traveling to have a hair freshener. You know, I love a hair mist. It's my favorite thing ever. That's the way I get away with expensive perfumes. I'll buy a hair mist instead of the fragrance, and that's how I can kind of replicate it but not be paying all of that for a perfume. I love it because I get to smell it all the time in my hair. This was really important. I brought my oil, my Kerastase oil that I have. I think this might be the rose one, but it's discontinued, I think. I don't think they have this one anymore, but they have their iconic hair oil. This is great. At night, always put it in my hair. My hair is already dehydrated, so we have to always hydrate. The 8-hour magic serum from Kerastase. This is great. It's like a treatment at night, so you put it in at night. That's why it's called 8-hour night serum. I had all of those in here. Any like little baby things too that I have, like things that are more useful for me to take on just have in my travel bag than me using here at home. I did bring this comb that I showed you on Instagram I got from Paris. I bought it online. Everybody stands in line in Paris. I decided I'll save myself time and I'll just order it online. So it has my initials here. Like that, they personalize it for you. And I thought, oh, this will be great because if I was going to do a slick back look, which I really usually would do on vacation, I can use the comb, and I don't normally use it here at home because I'm always just using the brush. So this gives you can see it's a totally different, just a way. And I thought this would be great to always keep in my travel bag. So I have that in there. So if I do forget a brush, at least I have a comb. And you know what we do when we forget a hairbrush, we use that little clip. I had one here. And it's so silly because you're trying to comb your hair with your hair clip that's, like clip. You're like, oh, I've done that too many times. So that's what's in here. In my little hair just pops into my travel bag. And then let me see, hold on a second. Oh, do not forget this travel essential. Your Shuamura eyelash curler. So if you forgot your mascara, at least you can have lashes that are up and it makes you look more awake. And I've said it once, I'll say it. I mean, I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. There is a difference between eyelash curlers. Just going to say they all look the same, but they're not the same. This is the best one. The tension rod, it just makes your lashes so beautiful and they stay up. And then you put on your mascara and then you're good to go. This is like, you might as well just rubber band these together and like make them married and never separate them because this is like your best combo there. Another thing though that I found that I had in my little bag here, which was great, just thrown in there, was my gua sha. I don't have it listed actually. I think maybe we can list it, but this is stainless steel, and when you have oil on your hands and you drop your gua sha that's quartz, it breaks. I've done that many times. That's why I wanted you to have stainless steel. You're never going to break it. Shaky hands, arthritis, things that are going on, like maybe you're not as steady. I wanted you to be able to, okay, whoops, it dropped. We're okay. You don't have to feel like you just wasted your money. So I did that, and I liked the shape like this because it grabs your cheek, where you really are puffy. And so that's what I really wanted for you, to be able to really kind of massage and depuff when you're traveling. So I was happy that I had this doing my jaw here. And again, not a lot of pressure. It doesn't create broken capillaries, I guess, unless you're doing it really terribly wrong. But this is just something that's a really nice massage for you, bringing it down. There's so many different tutorials on YouTube about how to use a gua sha. It's been around forever. And it's really a nice way to just, that was something that I was happy about because, flying and then not eating the right, the same way you do at home, maybe more salty, this and that. I was able to really kind of just feel like I was giving my face that little lift and that little kind of the lymphatic movements and just kind of stimulating my face in the morning. Speaking of, I had my little eye roller, and it rolls over your eye like this, but this doesn't roll. This is just metal. It's really nice and big and thick. And you put any cream on it, or you just use it alone. You can put it in the refrigerator. I don't feel like you need to because it's nice and cool. So this was another really nice little treat. It's very small to be able to put into your travel bag and have these little extras. Maybe put on the Clarins cryo mask and then do this over. Really, that would be like a nice little treat. So that's something to be able to do. And then I'm going to see if they have this when I go to the salon this week. If they have the Orbe anti-humidity spray, I love this because it really does tame my hair with the frizziness. So today I was working out and my hair was like, I don't even know if it could have gotten any frizzier. And so when I was doing on Instagram today, my stories, I used this because I thought, oh my gosh, we got to tame down this area here. And this really works. So I have to see if they have a baby so I can put it into my travel bag because anti-humidity for gray hair, if you know, you know, it is not the easiest and it likes to do its own thing. And one thing it really loves doing is frizzing. So that's why I'm always putting oils in it. I'm always putting the anti-humidity on it. Not too much, but that's really that's the personality of gray hair. It does its own thing. It can. I allow it to do its own thing. There's no reason to tame it. There's no reason to get angry. It just is what it is. So I think it's easier to work with it and to ignore it sometimes than to get all riled up. So I think that is pretty much my essentials. I showed you some new product, gave you a coupon code for Chantakai, Nicole25, starting on the 25th. I'm very excited. And then I think we'll take some questions on just really anything. Diane says, do you ever use a dry shampoo? Thank you for everything you teach us and share. I do use a dry shampoo, but what do I have? I had the Kerastase Fresh. I haven't used a dry shampoo in a while. You know why? Because I've been using the dry texturizing spray. I kind of feel like I've been using this instead. Does it do the same thing? No, this is more of texturizing. It's not taking oil out of, like, if you have oily roots or what have you. But I like how it texturizes and gives volume. So it kind of, for me, does the same, a little bit of the same. I don't think I have. What is that one that was called? Oh, I think when on the move, I got rid of it. I had Batiste. Is that how you say it? They had all different types. I used to use that because it would come out so white. If I felt like I had more yellow in my hair, I would spray it with that dry shampoo and it would make my hair more white. So that was kind of like how I cheated when I was going through the gray process, where I was like, whoa, what happens? I would just spray it and it would turn it more white. So that's a little cheat. If you're in like a really awkward stage of your gray hair and you feel like the demarcation, and you can't dye, you can't strip your hair, you're just going to ruin it. So I would just use the dry shampoo as like a highlighter, if you will. So it worked for me. Okay, so someone said a really interesting question here. Okay, hold on. Oh, my finger is holding it. I'm going to find this because it said something like, all right, it says something like, at what point did you decide to do a makeup line? Something like that just came through. And, as a makeup artist, I started in 1996. I became a professional makeup artist worked with all different lines, Lancome, Chanel, Laura Mercier, Bobbi Brown. I just absolutely loved it. And I really, went into aesthetics in 2000, became a licensed esthetician. And I felt that it was really interesting that I could help women on an emotional level as an esthetician and on a physical level as a makeup artist. But also as an esthetician, you're doing both. So I just really loved just the industry and everything. I was a national educator for a bit. I was in corporate cosmetics, but I started my own company in 2006, Fresh Beauty Studio. I saw clients. I did extreme lashes. I decided I was a little, when you're doing the same thing a lot, kind of get a little bit bored, especially when you want to challenge yourself. So I went to LA and studied permanent makeup because I didn't like what I was seeing and I wanted to do my style and see how natural I could make it. And no one would ever know that you had hair stroke brows. Permanent makeup, ladies, not microblading. That's all I did was permanent makeup with the one needle. And I really enjoyed it. I loved helping women with alopecia, with cancer, all of these things. And they would always ask when they would come out of my aesthetic room, like, oh, I really want, could you do my makeup? Or, I had my professional makeup kit, of course, and then I would send them off to Sephora and then they would tell them something different. It became very confusing. So I came out with a little line and I said, let's just supplement. Like, I don't want you buying more. I just want, if there's something that we can fill in, like, let's do that. I want to be able to have an option for you, not like, okay, here's my makeup chart. Now you can go off to the store. They're going to tell you something different because of whatever reason. And then my client would call me from the store and say, they're telling me this. And I thought, oh my gosh, I just have to have my own, especially when I started doing makeup classes. And I really wanted the girls to be able to easily make a smoky eye. And I would watch them with these palettes and they were like working so hard to get the color payout. And I thought, we can change this. So it just kind of gradually started doing that. And then in 2020, I decided to repackage, reformulate, learn all of the things. And it was very rewarding because I touch my customer's skin. I always have. And I touch my customer now because they're on my Fierce Aging series from all over the world. And I've been doing this series for 7 years now. And for me, as an artist and as an esthetician, touching skin in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and incredible to be working on a woman over 100. To me, that was such an honor as a makeup artist. I knew what my formulations had to be. I knew how they had to perform. I knew what you wanted. I knew what you weren't going to use. I listened to you. I mean, seeing clients on the hour, for so many years. I was at my one location for 16 years in my studio, which is really great. Built it all out, learned how to use a chop saw, learned how to mud walls. There was a lot of water damage when I first moved in. And, I just always felt like it was just so rewarding to do all of that and to share it and to hope that it would help women in some capacity. And Nicole Beauty is not just about makeup, though. It's a mindset. It's, I went through going gray in my 30s, and it wasn't something I wanted to do. And I took on the challenge because I felt like God put it in my life for a reason. And I thought, okay, like, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Like, it's a color or it's a lack of color. I mean, it's just very interesting, the whole process. And so my real motivation is to really make women feel something that they haven't, if that makes sense. Like, I want them to feel empowered. I feel like there's so much noise in this world. I think there's so much about something so silly as aging, everybody trying to like fix things or change things or not happy with this, not happy with that. But why? If you're not happy with something, fix it. I mean, that's up to you. But I just feel that, the whole concept with Nicole Beauty is about that feeling. I want you to feel good. I want you to look at things. Like, I want you to look at these on your vanity and feel like already good. Like, I can't wait to use that. I feel so beautiful. Like I just feel like everything's easy, things work. And I listened to you about talc and gluten, and really worked hard on the formulations. That was really important to me, and I'm thrilled when I don't know, it's funny, I don't think a lot of you know that when my guests come in for Fierce Aging, like I've never met them before. It's like I'm on set and it's just somebody that's there, for an event, or it's a model, or it's an actress, or it's someone that just sits into my chair, and then I get to learn so much about them. They share their wisdom, their experiences, their trials and tribulations with my audience on YouTube. And then it's like, oh my gosh, it's fun. We get to play. Like I've never seen them before. I don't, what are our issues? Like what can we do? And I think that's what's different about my channel and about the women, is that I'm not afraid to tackle pigmentation, to tackle alopecia. We talk about that. We talk about wigs. We talk about what we can do. We use different products. I'm not like vitiligo. Like I don't shy away from those things. If I don't have them on my line, I will find them and I will teach them and I will show you what you can use. That's really important to me. And I think that, there's kind of like a mindset where it's like, oh, wrinkles and pigmentation, and it's not attractive. And I just have a different philosophy. I don't look at it as like oh no, like I gotta fix this woman, like I gotta make her look YouTube 20. Like that's not what we want. That's not what the tribe of women I've built wants. And I really think we're special and we're different in this space, and I think it's really exciting. And I the reason why I changed my philosophy, it was almost like an aha moment when it came to Botox and everything, because I remember always saying, I hate these lines right here when I smile. Those were like, oh, let's just get rid of those. So when I would see these ladies coming in to my studio and I was working on them, I I felt that was so beautiful. I thought that would be really weird if they didn't have that. Like, I really find that to be beautiful. And my mentality changed, my thought process changed. When I looked at her, I thought that there's so much character. It says so much. Like, I wonder what she's been through. And so I stopped. Besides the fact that I got this neurofibroma out, okay, fine. But I thought I would never be like that. I thought I would never be like, oh yeah, I'm okay with this, but I am. And actually, when I see them, like in pictures and everything, I think to myself, I've been through, I put my body through a lot. With all those IVFs and all the synthetic crap that I did, I'm grateful that we're here. Like we did this. Like, okay, no big deal. If you don't like it again, please get the Botox, get the filler. I have nothing to do with that. I only have my philosophy, and the women that, feel the same way. That's fine. You don't have to feel the same way. You can do everything. And I think it's amazing. I think we're really blessed to have plastic surgeons. I think that they do an incredible job. If you want to do X, Y, and Z, that's not what this is about. This is really about being connected with yourself. For this very short time we're here, through beauty, through hair, through skincare, what things that make you feel really good. I was just thinking about it today. Like, when I look at the products that I use on my skin, like, I'm excited to use them. Like, I'm treating myself. I'm taking the time to do that. That's really important. And in as simple as that sounds, a lot of women have let that go. And it's time to get it back. And I don't want you to feel like, again, oh, it's too late, or you have this negative dialogue for maybe yourself, or someone says things to you, or from when you were in second grade. Because I can remember things that teachers told me in second grade. To this day, I can't remember how long this has been open, but I can remember the negative things that were said to me when I was a child by teachers and what have you. And so you have to start changing that. It's not your story. You need to change that kind of mental story that you keep telling yourself, and open it up, be the rose, and open it up to experiences, and whatever that means. It doesn't have to just be with beauty, but I think that starts with how you present and feel about yourself. And I think that's really important. And so basically, that is my long version of talking about the one question that was asked about. How did I start this line? Just a little bit of context, because I know that I come on here and I'm like ready to go. And then people are like, wait, who is this? Like, what does she do? Like, what is she doing right now? So that's basically a little bit, but I'm so passionate about, oh, there's a question from YouTube, but I don't think it comes up. Oh, how do you address unwanted facial hair? Is that the question? Because that's such a great question for me. Anyway, to finish that part up real quick, that was just a little context on how passionate I am, and really what drives me. And it's really the women and coming out and having us be bold, fierce, and unapologetic in a beauty industry that wants to silence and wants us to play small. And that's not what we do. We do take up space. With the facial hair, I'm Greek. I have plenty. And actually everybody's going to say whatever it is. Oh, you have so much testosterone. This. Okay, no. It's called, I'm Greek. I've always been hairy, and this is how I take care of it. I will wax my own lip. There's lots, they've advanced so much with hair removals at Ulta. I mean, Ulta has a really great section. I will wax my lip. I do only have to just tweeze out my hair here. But as my hair becomes more gray, I can't really do laser. I think laser is a great thing if you find the right person in the experience, because I've seen really horrific things with that. But that's an option. I just never opted for it. I have been reminded by my audience that I did buy a hair removal device, and then they had goggles in it, and I got worried because I was being so hyper about my eyes and about dry eye and vision and whatever. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be the person that doesn't do it right. I'm going to do something with my eyes. So I do have it. I should try to do my own little laser, but there are a lot of little laser devices that you can get on Amazon. That's where I bought mine. Does anyone remember what color lipstick Nicole is wearing? Rocks, if you're asking what I'm wearing today, I'm just wearing my Cameo lip liner, and then I put on my Good Vibes. That's something I did miss. Good Vibes is such a great staple for your travel kit because it's neutral and I can go over any one. And it's like, it has no pearlescence in it. It's basically just, it reminds me a lot of is that Chanel had a lip gloss called Giggle, and I loved it. And then they discontinued it. And this really reminds me a lot of Giggle because it's just really natural. It's really it's just something, but it's not too much. It's not in the pinkies. It's not too dark. It's not anything. It's funny because I brought this out the other day and I said, I can't believe I haven't been wearing this. What a great, just chill. I don't want to see a lot of things on my lips. I don't want to see a lot of color. This is what I want to see, but I don't want it to be super nude. Kathy said, what color lipstick is best to make your teeth look whiter? Look for a blue undertone. They have some lip glosses that have a bluish tint to them, and it's supposed to make your lips look whiter and brighter. Does a lip liner, E-acid, does a lip liner stop bleeding? The lip liner, if you're having problems with your lip liner, these are waterproof, but if you find it to be moving and migrating, you can use the Crystal Clear. It gives you a border to your lip liner, your lipstick, your lip gloss. So you have this border around your lips. So that's something you can try. Let's see if there's any other questions before we get off tonight. Okay, what's the question? Okay. Shauna asks, do you have a recommendation for moisturizing my face under your BB cream? I use a moisturizer but end up using a lot of it, which is fine, but my skin must be dry since it's taking it in. Do you have a good recommendation of moisturizer my face under your BB cream? Okay, Shauna, are you exfoliating your face first? So if your skin, I'll just tell you what would be a good idea for your skincare routine. I'm sure you're cleansing, using a gentle exfoliator. So you're removing that dead skin off of the face, and then you are moisturizing, because then you're not putting moisturizer on dead skin, right? On skin that basically can't absorb the moisturizer. So if you're exfoliating and then you put the moisturizer on, if you're still having a problem, because you say you feel like your skin's dry because you're using a lot of it, why don't you try to use a serum first? Or maybe you should incorporate at night, like maybe you should try like Aquaphor or something that you can put on your face to really like kind of really hydrate it, and see how your skin is in the morning. Because if you're still having to put on a lot of moisturizer, I would think that there was something that we could tweak in your skincare routine, because you shouldn't have to put on a ton of moisturizer, because again, that's where we're going to run into a problem with anything that you put on afterwards, because you're going to feel like it's just too heavy. So that's what I would think first. Sometimes it's a little challenging to when we don't have like they don't know really what you're using, but hopefully that helped a little bit with the question. Elisa asked, good evening. How do you feel about permanent eyeliner for mature women? You know, I I think it's really tricky, because I think it really depends on your artist, the style of your artist. I did permanent eyeliner for a little bit. I did not like it. I didn't like the pain that it actually caused the client. I actually would have them go to the dermatologist first to get numbing, and then come to my studio because it was close. But I think that I think that I've just seen so many. I just seen so many eyeliners that either changed colors, they went from black to blue, they were too far out, they migrated because they did it in a different skin. They're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to connect it. I don't know. I just saw a lot of things where I personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I have seen some done incredibly well also, but those are few and far between. So I just think that you have to know the risks. You have to know that the color could change. They could go too deep. If they go too deep, you could lose some of your lashes. Just there's so many different things. So I would just be very precautious. I always tell you to research whoever you go to, and you really need to see real photographs, not Photoshop photographs. And you need to see it not immediately after, you need to see it when it's healed to really understand what that client looks like now, not right after the procedure. Karen, make a blue eyeshadow palette, please. Well, on our newsletter, we do have a focus question going out, and we have that on there. So I would love to hear from you. If you would like to see different eyeshadow colors, that's your time to really give us some great feedback. We learned so much from you. So I'm excited for you, if you're on the newsletter, that you'll be getting that. JT said she handled a terrible lawsuit once involving permanent makeup that went bad. I know. So there's just so many things. You just have to know the risks and not just think that it's going to be, you just have to really research. That's what I can say. I think lash serums, Patricia, are great. How do you feel about lash serums? Lashes have thinned as I get older. I think they're great. I think you need to know the ingredients that are in what you're putting around your eyes. That's something that I really pay attention to now. Um, I'm just very cautious, and I just am very cautious. I think you just need to know the ingredients that you would want around your eyes. Coco, you're rushing down to the finish line. When will the brown mascara be available? We are working on it. We're working on it. Very excited. We're very excited about it for you. Judy, eyeshadow for green eyes. That is something else that I am working on. I showed you the green eyeliner that I'm working on, and then green for eyeshadow for green eyes. Oh, you said for green eyes. Well, I think a really beautiful green palette with browns and everything is really pretty with green eyes, hazel eyes. All right, let's see here. Yes, green eyeliner. Oh, you were saying the green eyeliner. I'm working on that. So when we get closer, I'm able to share, because I know, listen, I'm very impatient. So I am always pushing along. But we should have it, we'll have it this year, but I just don't know when. All right, let's see. Marsha, why is your eye primer creasing? Okay. You might be, let's think. Do you have oily eyes? If so, I've shown you to use the Almay pads that are not the oil. They're oil free. You can wipe your lids down first, making sure there's no oil on your lids. and then you can apply, or you can use a lid wipe depending on what you want to do. But you want to first prep the eye if you're running into that. Also, when you use the eye primer, you're going to, I don't know if you're using your finger or if you're using a brush, but when you use the brush, you literally are just tapping in. So then when you are going to apply it, it's a nice thin, let's take a little, my hands that have the pigmentation on it. You're just going to do a really nice veil of the eye primer. You have to do a thin veil that covers just your eyelid, just like this. I really did not pick up a lot. You can see that it covered my spots that the social media loves to call out. My hands are so old. All right. They have their own personality, like the gray hair. I think that the little spots are cute. Cute spots. So that's how you do it. See, I covered the pigmentation, but it wasn't, I just tapped into it. So that could be a reason. Oily eyelids first, clean, 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 nice and dry, then go and you just tap through. I start in the center, I go to the inner corner because I want the most of the concentration here. Then I taper it down and taper it down. You go all the way up to the brow bone too. So you have a lot of space in essence when you're only using a couple taps. Maybe it's not enough, go back, just do a little bit more. Less is more, you can always add and build. Oh, see, Judy said she used her finger with the eye primer and got creasing. Using the brush was the answer, no more creasing. That's great. The brushes really are your tools. I mean, this is why I created 10 brushes for you, because this will do the work for you. You can say, oh, I don't know how to apply makeup, Nicole. Like, it's so difficult, whatever. When you have the right brushes and the tools, and I'm teaching you how to do the application, do the techniques, it literally, you're like, oh my gosh, like, how did I do this? Because this does the work for you. Like if you're applying your eyeliner and it's all, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have the best, I can't see, I don't have the best, steady hand. You take the little, this is called my short smudge brush. See? And then it's a dense brush, a little curved. I like to call it my little eraser brush. So all you do is you blend it out. Like, it just blends perfectly. So it could be all up and down, right at the base of the lashes. And then all you do is you're going to just smudge it up. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it looks so good, because that's what you want. You want things to work for you. Again, it's all thought out. So you're not feeling frustrated and like you spent all this time and you're like, what happened? What is this? I want you to feel like, oh gosh, that was really great. I'm really learning some really great techniques. These brushes really, work for me and not against me. Also, I made sure that these were ultra, ultra soft. I have sat in makeup artist chair as a model and had somebody take a brush like this and literally be spending a lot of time. And I thought to myself, this is like total torture. Like, I don't even know if my eyes are going to be like not so irritated. It was so scratchy. It was so uncomfortable. I thought to myself at the time, I will never let this happen to anybody that I touch with my makeup brushes ever. So that's why when I created these, they had to be soft for mature eyes. We don't need more dragging. We need to feel comfortable. Like, that's why the Shiseido cotton is like my go-to. It's like, I deserve to have soft cotton on my face at almost 50. I mean, why am I buying it in bulk, scratching my face? Like, I will splurge on my Shiseido cotton. Like, let's just be honest right now. Let's see if there's any. The Nikita Banana over primer works great to prevent creasing. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, that's something that a lot of you ladies are doing. That you're taking the Nikita Banana and you're not using eyeshadow, but you're setting it with the Nikita Banana. Really a great way to do it also. So you can also have that option. If you don't want to put eyeshadow on, you can just put Nikita Banana and it helps from it creasing. This is also what I use just underneath the eye to help set the Just Peachy and the concealer. Will you list the names? Dina asked, names of the products you used tonight somewhere. This goes on a replay on the website, so you can watch it again. I don't think we have that yet. We're working on that, though, with our videos, but You'll be able to watch it again and the products will show up again and they'll all be there for you. So they will be listed on the replay. Sandy, the website is Nicole Beauty, Nikol beauty.com. We also have a Nicole Beauty app. That's a wonderful tool to be able to use, also very convenient. You can get on the app and you can watch the shoppable videos. You can watch the lives from there. Donna asked, how do you get on the newsletter? On the website, there is a sign up where it says join the newsletter, and it's on the home page, so you can go there and you can sign up. If you're on Instagram and you click on my bio, there comes all of my links and everything are there too. You can sign up for the newsletter there also. I love this. Kathy, just wanted to give you kudos to your phenomenal staff who answer emails. Thank you so much. We have live chat. We have phenomenal customer service girls that are always so great. I do see some of the emails coming through, especially when we have sales and we have a little bit of issues with shipping and whatever. And you ladies really love the fact that you can talk to somebody. We have a phone number. We are always answering as quickly as possible. So my girls do such an incredible job. I'm really thrilled because I do buy from all different types of companies. And I do see from what I've experienced that my girls are incredible. And I'm happy that you have that customer support. Laura, best customer service ever. I'm going to tell the girls, I'm going to email them tonight and let them know that they're doing a fabulous job, that you love that. Thank you for your generous discount codes each week. Oh, you're wonderful, Linda. I hope that you can, like if there's new things, like it's kind of like just a little extra boost. Okay, they come in. Lily said, since I'm shopping today, do you have all your lip glosses in a set? Yes, we have our lipstick kit, and then we have our lip gloss kit. And the whole collection is in one kit. Okay, let me see back here. Thank you, Vicki. I was getting back to Barb about asking about color, shadow, and blush for Asian skin. Okay. So, well, it really, it depends. Like if Barb was here, I would say, well, what do you really like? Do you like to go into, more warmer colors? Like what colors do you really like? Do you like plums? Do you like more corals? Do you like a little bit more of a pinky? So I think it would really depend on when I'm going to be doing her makeup, like what do you tend to do now? And then I would be able to say, okay, well, let's push it a little bit and let's do something a little bit more like plummy. That would be really pretty. Maybe I would do aperitif on your lips. Or, is she gray? Does she have gray hair? What color is her hair? Like all of those things go together. So it's very hard to blindly say, this is what I would use for an Asian woman, but I don't get to see her. So sometimes those are really hard. We'd get a lot of those. Sometimes we would have the ladies send us selfies that were asking like, I have gray hair and a blue eyes. We're like, okay, well, what about your skin? Well, I don't know. And we're like, just send a selfie. So we could see and be able to really give the right advice and not just kind of like just grab products and say, I think these would be good for you. I have one more minute left, ladies. Sandy, you can call in and we have help choose colors that way. It's just really helpful if we have a selfie so we can see the color tone, hairstyle, all of the things. We can do that. Thanks, Dina. Our customer service is great. Your people are great. Jan, thank you and God bless. Thank you for being here. It's just really wonderful that I get to see you in a different capacity, not just on YouTube. I can answer your questions. I can get really involved. We can troubleshoot together, do different things. I wanted to kind of just do this little travel thing. It was a little all over the place, but it would not be a live for me if I wasn't, not, I guess the lives are just a little bit different for me. I'm still getting used to them. I love them. I love seeing you here. It's just a little bit different, as you can see. It's just, sometimes it is what it is. So you really get to, it's unedited. So this is, I think, probably part of my little, being a little, I don't know. But anyway, I'm so happy you joined. 41 seconds left. Use the code TRAVEL tonight, ladies, for 15% off for 24 hours. I have a lot of really great, exciting things that I've been planning for you. I've been working really hard. I'm very excited about it. And it really just keeps me going. So until my next live, next Wednesday, 8 p.m., I'll see you later. Bye.